At 6:12 in Tehran, your father orders you to delete a woman's message. Her car has been flagged after a head-covering violation. She thinks your surname can stop the penalty, and your family knows she asked. Before breakfast ends, privilege has become evidence. You are 28, educated abroad for one unfinished year, and employed nowhere that required a normal interview. A driver knows your route. Receptionists know when not to ask for identification. Your father never describes himself as powerful. He says he is useful, which is safer and usually means the same doors open. The message is from Lala, an engineer at a family-connected industrial company. She does not ask you to erase a record or break a law. She asks whether the company will document what happened before removing her from a client visit. One careful request. One ordinary workday. Yet you hold the phone as if it were contraband. You forward the message to the company's legal desk and ask for a written review. It is the most defensible call available. Within an hour, the visit is restored while the transport issue remains unresolved. Lala answers with 4 words. Now everyone knows I asked. Your help has protected her assignment and exposed her dependence. That evening, a political argument begins at dinner and dies when the housekeeper enters. Your mother changes the subject. Your father lowers his voice without being asked. No officer is present. No threat is spoken. The first reversal is quiet. The family closest to access is also the family most practiced at silence. Chapter 1. The Gates. Iran is not one room with one lock. Elected offices operate beside unelected institutions, while ultimate authority is concentrated above both. The Guardian Council vets candidates and reviews legislation. Power is structured, overlapping, and unequal. Not a single military chain that explains every decision. You grew up reading those overlaps as body language. A ministry title can matter. A clerical office can matter more. A security institution can shape risk, resources, and economic opportunity. The Revolutionary Guard is both a security force and a major economic actor. But that fact does not make every company, contract, or family its property. Your father's talent is knowing which gate is formal, which is social, and which should never be named at lunch. He taught you that access is not command. It is a sequence of introductions, pauses, and people willing to return a call. You learned the sequence before you learned what it cost the person waiting outside. At work, Lale removes one sentence from a presentation about enforcement uncertainty. A manager says the sentence is accurate but needlessly visible. She replaces it with operational conditions. Nobody orders a lie. Everyone watches the edit. The possibility of consequences does the work before any authority has to. Then an overseas supplier rejects a payment route, while a replacement control unit waits in customs paperwork. Sanctions, bank compliance, insurance, and transport frictions overlap. The exact barrier is transaction-specific. Your father's calls cannot compel a foreign bank. The second reversal lands. The surname that opens local doors can close an international one. Chapter 2. The Favour. Your father offers you a role at the company. The title is ordinary, Special Projects Coordinator, but the introduction makes clear that your value is access. Accept, and you can help move the control unit through lawful review. Refuse, and Lala's team may absorb another month of delay. He does not promise a bribe, a secret route, or an illegal exemption. He promises attention. In a system of crowded gates, attention is a currency before money changes hands. He says keeping equipment running protects workers from shortages and inflation. His argument is not false. That is why it is difficult. You visit the plant. The stalled unit sits behind clear plastic while a maintenance team works around it. A supervisor shows you the safe operating margin and refuses to pretend it is permanent. Outside the room, executives discuss delivery dates. Inside, the people nearest the machine discuss what happens if reassurance outlives the equipment. Lala leads the technical briefing. She is precise, impatient, and better prepared than anyone else. When the client camera activates, a manager asks her to move off-screen until the vehicle issue is settled. The instruction is framed as caution, not punishment. Her expertise remains in the room while her face is edited out. You make the first consequential choice. You accept the role and ask every gatekeeper to put the review trail in writing. The control unit receives a lawful priority review. No outcome is guaranteed. Your father's circle begins returning calls. The plant gains time. You gain status. And an invisible account opens beside your name. Chapter 3. The return call. The favor comes due at a family dinner. A senior company advisor suggests moving Lala away from external work because the attention around her is becoming expensive. Nothing is written. Nobody mentions her performance. The request arrives as concern for the team and respect for your father. Your father says institutions survive by avoiding unnecessary confrontation. He remembers shortages, disorder, and friends who lost entire futures to political turns. Your mother says Lala can still keep her salary. They are not cartoon villains. They are offering comfort as evidence that no serious harm is being done. You open Lala's file. Her reviews are the strongest in the unit. The client requested her by name. The only negative note was added after the vehicle alert and describes reputational uncertainty without defining it. Gendered rules, workplace caution, and family access have converged into one bland administrative sentence. The reassignment form needs your signature because your new role now sits between operations and the executive office. This is the third reversal. The job you accepted to solve a delay was also a test of whether your usefulness could be directed. The favor was never free. It was a future instruction paid in advance. Before you decide, the foreign bank closes the pending review and declines the transfer. The supplier offers a different lawful route with a longer timeline and higher insurance cost. Nobody has broken a rule. The system has simply narrowed the options. The plant can adapt, but someone must admit the original promise will not be met. Chapter 4. The cost of no. You make the second consequential choice. You refuse to sign Lala's reassignment and attach her performance record to the meeting minutes. You also revise the delivery report to state the bank and transport uncertainty plainly. Two small acts of documentation turn a private request into an accountable decision. Your office badge stops working the next morning. The driver is reassigned. Your salary is placed under review according to the company's internal process. No written notice explains whether the changes are punishment or procedure. The pressure is ordinary enough to be deniable and personal enough to be understood. Your father says he spent years building a roof over you, and you have confused shelter with shame. You answer that a roof becomes leverage when every honest sentence can cost a room beneath it. Love remains at the table. So does fear. Neither one settles who should carry the risk. Lala refuses to become the proof that you are brave. She asks for copies of the minutes, the performance record, and the revised delivery forecast. Keep the record intact, she says. Do not turn me into your awakening. The fourth reversal removes the heroic version of your refusal and leaves the administrative work. The company pauses the reassignment while counsel reviews the file. The plant adopts the longer supply route and publishes a narrower maintenance schedule. You do not rescue the workers or defeat a system. You help prevent one person's record from being rewritten to make several powerful people more comfortable. Chapter 5. The door you choose. Your father offers one final repair. Withdraw the attachments, accept a quieter posting, and the badge, driver, and salary return. No confession is required. No public scene will follow. The offer is generous enough to reveal exactly what your silence is worth. You return the access card and authorize the company review team to preserve the original minutes, performance file, and delivery forecast. You separate what you witnessed from what you inferred. You refuse to speculate about approvals you cannot see. You simply refuse to replace a record with a favor. The consequences are concrete. Your apartment allowance ends. Your overseas training remains canceled because foreign compliance has not changed. Lala keeps her technical role while the external assignment stays under review. Your father does not call. A principled choice has not made the world clean. It has made your position clear. You rent a small room across the city and begin applying for jobs that ask for references you earned yourself. Some nights, a familiar number appears on your screen, and you nearly use it. Instead, you write down each request, each source, and each uncertainty while memory is fresh. Weeks later, Lala sends the approved meeting minutes with one line highlighted. Decision based on documented performance and operational need. It is not justice for a country. It is one sentence that survived pressure. You once believed freedom meant never waiting at a door. Now means knowing whose name you will not trade to make it open.